Researchers at Boston University studied 24 preschoolers to find out how kids respond to two different ways of being read aloud, and which one gives them the biggest boost in learning. What they discovered could change the way you read to your child forever. As parents, we want to give our kids the best start in life, and that often begins with books. We read the same ones again and again, use funny voices, point at the pictures, and hope it's helping them learn to think, feel, and grow. But what's the smartest way to do it? That's exactly what a team of researchers from Boston University wanted to find out. Led by Dr. Meredith Pekukonis and Dr. Miriam Utel, they brought 24 typically developing kids, ages 3 to 6, into a lab. Each child experienced two versions of the exact same story. In one, a real person read the book aloud, turning pages, pointing at pictures, and using a lively, expressive voice. In the other, the same story played on a screen, with the same pictures and words, but read by a recording. No interaction, no page turns, no eye contact. The researchers used a child-friendly brain scanner to track how the kids' brains responded to each type of story time. And what they found was incredible. When the story was read live by a human, children's brains lit up with activity in areas linked to language development, social understanding, and narrative reasoning, especially the right side of the brain, in regions like the temporal parietal junction, which helps kids make sense of characters, emotions, and relationships. But when the story came from a screen, brain activity dropped. There was no activation in that social narrative zone, and overall, engagement was lower, flatter, and less focused. Same story, same words, completely different impact. Why? Because live reading isn't just about hearing a story. It's about connection, a shared voice, a pointing finger, a glance, a pause for a question. That's what lights up a child's mind. So, what can you do to make story time more powerful? First, aim for at least 15 minutes of real, in-person reading each day. Not perfect reading, just real. On your lap, with eye contact and warmth. Second, use your voice like a tool. Be animated. Pause for drama. Change your tone for different characters. Third, treat it like a conversation. Ask, what do you think happens next? Point to the pictures. Let them chime in with their own ideas. Fourth, keep it short and frequent. Even 3 to 5 minutes here and there adds up. And it mirrors what worked best in the lab. And finally, if you're ever using screens for stories, sit beside them. Talk through the images, react out loud, be the voice, not just the background. Because at the end of the day, it's not just the book that matters, it's the human reading it. If you want to read the full study, you'll find the link in the description below. And if this gave you a new way to think about story time, hit that subscribe button for more research-backed ways to grow your child's heart, mind, and confidence.